Good evening. This is Tina. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the annotation entity and annotation table. Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna continue using this Hibernate Demo 1. The source code is in the description. Okay, you can download. So when we add an entity, which means we want this class to map into a table inside the database, right? And by default, the database table name is the same as the class name. And since the data table since the MySQL is not case sensitive, so there's no need. We don't care about call small lowercase person or capital case person. Okay, but it does affect when we write JPQL. Let me give you one example. Okay, suppose here we have em.create query. Okay, it has two ways. I think there's another called create native query. Okay, so what's the difference between them? Later on, we will talk about the query. We will talk about more. The create query will ask for a JPQL, which is a query based on the object. So here, when you want to search for all the person, so this should be the object, which is the entity name. And by default, entity name is the same as the person name. So here you have to using from person. Okay. And the native query, which means what? Which means SQL. So here you're using like this way. Select star from the table name. Okay, since the table we don't care about person. Okay, it's not case sensitive, you can just write a person. And now if now here I change this entity, give another name called people. Okay, so now your entity name is people, and when we generate a table using this configuration, your table will become people. Okay, the table name will be the same as the entity name in this case. So before the change, my table is the person. You can see here is a person. But now if I make an entity has a people as entity name, okay, let me comment this two first. Okay, and I run one more time, you will see the table will change to be people, not a person anymore. And see from here, it will create a people. Okay, it's not a person anymore because you customized. And then if I refresh, you will see here we will have a people because it didn't drop the person. It's not a person anymore, right? It's a people. Okay, and this is next one. And since you change to using people, and when you create a query, here you have to using people. The name must be the same as this one. Okay, people. And also since our database, the table is people, we call people. But sometimes you don't want your entity name to be the same as the table name. Okay, you can add another annotation. Okay, by default, the table name is the same as entity name, but you can customize the table name. Let's just see my customized people person. Okay, so in this case, your table name will become this one. Okay, and when you write your native query, okay, so this one native query, you have to using table name, okay, which is this name. But for create a query, it asks for JPQL. It query based on the object. Okay, so here we still using people instead of this one because your entity name is called people. Got it? So now let me drop these two tables. Okay, drop now. And the hibernated one now is empty, right? So I will generate it again. You will see the table name is called my customized person. Okay, run one more time. Okay, and from this SQL, you already see you're gonna create a table is called my customized person. Okay, so let me go here and refresh. You will see here I have one table called my customized person. So let's summarize. Okay, entity is used to map the domain object into the table. Okay, if we don't have this table annotation, your table name will be the same as the entity name. Okay, second, if your table name you added, okay, and then this table customer table name gonna be the table name in the database. Okay, and the entity name is still entity name. So what are these two names used for? Entity name is used for when you want to using JPQL or HQL, Java Persistence Query Language, or called Hibernate Query Language, which means in create query, you have to query based on the entity. And if you want to add a where statement, okay, p dot, and you are gonna using these properties instead of columns. Okay, that's what I used. Suppose you want to have first name. Okay, we'll talk about it later. So remember, when you create a query, it's gonna using the entity name. But when we create a native query, it means the SQL. SQL, it means a query based on a table and columns. So here you will using the table name, which is this name. So that's it for the entity and the table. Hope after this video, you understand when do we use entity, why do we using table. Okay, so if you have any question, you can leave a comment below, and see you next time. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye.